Good afternoon.
You ready?
You ready, sir? Okay. Good afternoon. Well, welcome everybody to the LaGrange Code Enforcement Board meeting. This is Thursday, August 14th, and we have, I'd like to call the meeting to order at this time. Everybody is present for this meeting, so following the agenda today, I'd like the approval of the minutes from June 12th, 2025. If you could look them over if you hadn't already done so, and comment on any corrections that need to be made.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes. May I have a second, please?
I can second them.
All righty, so we have a motion and a second on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion is passed. There's none approved, none objections. I'm sorry, I'm getting all tongue-tied here. So minutes are approved there. The next thing on our agenda today is a update from Mrs. Hone. Is that how you pronounce that? Hone?
Oni?
Honey?
Oni.
All righty. We had given you a 30-day extension, I believe it was last time, and today you're supposed to provide us with an update on your progress down there. So first we're going to have Officer Winther do her part, and then we'll call you up.
Okay, so on the June 12th, 2025 Code Board meeting, Ms. Hone was present at that meeting, and based on the cases that are listed, there were 5 of them listed. She was given an extension of 30 days to get in compliance. We've actually given her 60 days. We did not have a July Code Board meeting, so now we are here at August the 14th. So she's had 60 days to get into compliance. I went through this morning and took some pictures. This is 602 East Madison. I'm going to pop the pictures here. You can see them on the screens around. I think. Oops, hold on. I'm new at this. Okay, so this first picture here, the picture on the left was the picture that was taken in February when this notice of violation was first sent out. This is regarding the rubbish and the garbage that was all on the porch. The picture on the right is the picture that I took this morning. That's a closer picture of the rubbish and everything that is on the porch. This picture, again, the one on the left, is from February when the case was first started. This one is regarding the exterior, the stairwells, the stairways, the decks, and the porches. If you can see the railing, the handrail, the spindles are missing from the handrail. The picture on the right is the one that was taken this morning. There's a closer picture of it. Picture on the left again was taken in February. This is the exterior structure. This was regarding the soffit that was up in the guttering area. The picture on the right was taken this morning. There has not been any work completed on the soffit. This picture on the left, again, is from February. The picture on the right was from this morning. This was an exterior structure. These were the support beams that I think we decided were just mostly decoration that are on the side of the house. And you'll see on the picture on the right that the black, they have been replaced and they have been painted. So this is completed. This is citation 250028. So this one has been completed. Next one was citation 240558. The picture on the left was from February, and it was that basement window. We were from the view of the picture, it looks like it's a broken window. And as she explained in June, it's not a broken window. There's actually a plastic vinyl on the inside of the window that was peeling away. So the picture on the right was from this morning. And again, that is, you can see where they've gone through and tried to peel some of that vinyl off, which is fine. We at least know that that the window is not broken. The window is still intact. So that case is closed. That is in compliance.
That was 558.
558, yes. Now I've got two new, she is here in person. The first one is going to be a notice of violation regarding the rubbish and the garbage that's in the backyard. In June, she did call me to say she was cleaning out the basement and she was going to be putting some things in the yard and that she would have them removed. Here we are, August 14th, and I've got pictures of the backyard. The grass is also out of compliance. It is more than 12 inches. So I'm also issuing a notice of violation today for that. Here are some further pictures of the backyard. And on the notice of violation, I'm requesting that everything be removed from the yard and everything that's underneath that deck. And you can see that's further back in the backyard, more items. So that is my presentation. So out of the 5 citations that she was issued that we covered in June, 2 of those issues have been resolved. The other 3 have not been issued. So I'm asking that the fine be upheld, and I'm also asking at this point that we issue a daily fine in that amount until the work is completed.
All righty. Does anybody have any questions for Officer Winther? All right. Thank you. Patricia, and as you stand up there, could you state your, I'm sorry, you don't have to do that part. I was going to say state your name and address. I need to swear you in, though. You promised or affirmed to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. You may go ahead.
I've been trying to I tried to notify code enforcement of what I'm doing. Okay. I expected my insurance to deal with the flooding in the basement. Nobody listens to me. I told them I need a restoration company. I talked to a restoration company. They said I had talked to the insurance company. The insurance company said, well, that's not their problem. I would have to have the restoration come. So the restoration, they're just playing one another off one another. So nobody's doing anything in the basement. So I've taken 5 bedrooms that were in the basement with their belongings, and I have taken away 6 dumpster loads.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure thing.
Is it okay to call you Patricia?
Yeah.
Okay, Patricia, let me interrupt you for just a second. I don't think that any of the previous violations nor the 2 new ones have anything to do with the basement, as far as you needing to correct anything there. So I wonder if you could, if you're going to go into talking about the basement, if we could skip over that
Okay.
and just address what we have written down.
Okay, so the reason there's a blue tarp in the backyard that's covered up is that stuff I would like to put in my storage.
Okay.
I just don't have a lot of help getting over there. I mean, they've taken truckload after truckload into the dumpster. They've taken everything. So that's kind of a new thing. It's been there for about maybe 40 days. We took it out because 2 weeks ago we took half of that and put it in the dumpster. I was kind of hoping somebody would steal the rest, but anyway. And they have stolen quite a bit, and I don't care. And the stuff that's on the front porch, it went from the February, from garbage bags of clothing that people left there to donate to baby items that just need to be cleaned up and gotten rid of. They're perfectly operational. And I told my daughter to put them in the truck and take them to the car wash and spray them off and donate them. So that's all going to be gone. We're working on maybe having a little yard sale. There's two beds. There's a blue car bed on the front porch, and there's that red race car bed you saw on the side. and they're to be gotten rid of. They were going to sell them for $5 a piece. You know, they cost over $150. But we're just going to get rid of them. And the spindles on the stairs does not work for me because every time I come over, somebody has kicked them in, particularly for local teens in this town. They have broken into the house. They did break a window. And they, on the other side, they broke a window and they went in there and they tagged the whole place. They dumped all the boxes that were upstairs. They sprayed my refrigerator. They went in the refrigerator and sprayed inside. They, destroyed. So I'm working one problem after another. And of course, police officers couldn't do anything against these teens because they said they didn't do it. But I have another boy that has pictures of them breaking into my house. He has pictures of their face. He has pictures of them in my backyard. And they severely beat that boy. They beat him half to death.
Can I interrupt you again?
I know, I'm going off the trail. So
Yes, ma'am.
the stairs for the front, I've decided not to put spindles. I'm just going to put planks. And that'll be probably done. My son's military and he's disabled, but he was supposed to come and help me. And he's had some issues lately. But he says after next week, he can have that done. So grass, I'm going to cut it in a day or two. I have no way to get my lawnmower over there. I don't have a truck. And my daughter's truck's, her battery's dead. So how many have I explained? We're going to put railing on the stairway, like fencing railing.
And you just said that would be 2 weeks, correct?
Yeah.
So that would mean that by the 28th, let's give it to the end of the month. Let's give you till August 31st. That gives you 2 weeks and 3 days to complete that. Okay. Go ahead with what else you're talking about.
So the grass will be cut. The stuff under the blue tarp will be removed within a week and a half. I was hoping it would have been earlier, but I'm 70 years old and I'm doing this work with a 17-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl, which is lazy, and a 10-year-old boy. He's lazy too. So we're trying to do all this stuff at once and trying to deal with the insurance company. So it's not working for me. So it's like today, I have a list every day. And today on my list was I would go and clean out some more of the basement, the drywall, the whatever. I got to do that, but I got to do it because there's black mold in there and I don't let anybody else in there. And then I got to set up the bed and hang some curtains up in the master bedroom. And then I got to go over to my grandson's house.
Mm-hmm.
He just went into the Marines and he has stuff in his bedroom that needs to be moved out into a storage shed up on him, which he was supposed to and he didn't. Then I'm supposed to fix dinner. Then I'm going to go home and go to sleep. And then I'm going to get up a little while later and I'm going to cut up a tree with a chainsaw, because I don't want the kids to use my chainsaw. It's electric chainsaw, it's not real hard. But I'm trying to get everything
Okay.
done.
Does anybody like to question or any comments?
So is this your residence? Is this a rental? Is it occupied now?
Let me explain. This house, I rented it to a man who ended up being, I don't know, the biggest felon you can be. Not the state felon. What is a bigger felon? He was bad. And I didn't rent it to him. My daughter let him come and stay for a few nights. And then he didn't leave. And he says, I'll pay you $200 just to stay in the basement. And I said, okay. And I went over the first month and he put a gun in my face.
Is it vacant now?
It's always been, it's not vacant, because the last little girl I had, she was right around Easter's when she left. There's no water over there, mind you. So I have buckets of water to flush the toilet and whatever. She was severely beaten. Her boyfriend beat her so badly, both of her eyes were bloody, and the court put some protective order against him. He beat her with so bad with the coat hanger on her back. She was all bloody.
So when you said
So I let him
they,
stay.
so when you said they took some dumpster loads away, who was the they? Was it you
The
and your
day
family?
was the little girl that got beaten.
Has done
and-
some of it?
Yeah, she's trying to repay. She knows that I put her in a hotel for weeks, and then I moved her there, and then I moved her. Her boyfriend found her there, and he came by, and I moved her to another house I have in Milton, Kentucky, and she lived there for several months. And he either tracks her phone or something that he can find her. So she's been to 4 different of my houses, trying to just keep her away from that. And she does come back. We're there once a week, and we've had other people. We've had
So,
work crew.
Let me interrupt.
live
So
there.
to be in compliance, you just need somehow to make this stuff disappear.
I do.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sell it. I don't want any part of it. I want to.
So we're, in my opinion, because I missed the last meeting, we're back to, it is in violation of the city code. And 60 days has gone by and it's all still there. And
Well,
it's
it's
not that
different.
you're wanting to keep it, it's that you don't have any way to get rid of it right now.
I'm getting rid of it. I mean, it's amazing amount of product, but I thought the insurance told me that I needed to do some restoration. I mean, I shouldn't have had to. I've been paying insurance on it for 10 years. They should have had to do that. But I'm doing it. I had to get everything out of the basement. I mean, there was a ton of children's clothing, children's Christmas toys, and but I am doing it. I'm doing it as quickly as I can, and I'm sorry. I know I'm old, and I don't want anybody. I don't feel sorry because I'm old, because I'm perfectly great. I'm better than ever since I've been doing that. Maybe Black Mold agrees with me. I don't know, but I won't let anybody else in there because I think it's dangerous. Everybody says it's dangerous, but the hardest part is lifting the drywall, shoveling it, putting it in garbage cans and bags, and then we take it off to my brother owns a dumpster, and we take it there and dump it and pay the extra $30 to have it dumped every week. But I promise you, I just need a little more time. I'm fighting with my insurance companies. I just had about the flat or whatever that is on the house. I just called, I just got a $14,000 estimate on putting a roof and getting all that fixed. Because nobody wants to, it's very hard to get somebody to come out, number one. And and I should have had the railing done. I should have had that done because I'm not stupid. I know how to do that. But, and I painted all those blackboards, I lifted them out of the truck and I painted them all. And my son put them up and then he fell off the ladder and that wasn't good. He's
Can I
okay.
ask a question?
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to the property just being sold and give you the money?
No, I'm not. I'm going to fix it up before I sell it. And I'm going to tell you why. The one around the corner, it just sold this weekend for $360,000. Well, I was never asking that much for mine. But now that the price has gone up, if I don't have to worry about the inside right now, I'll have the outside clean.
Well, the lot itself is worth more than the house right now, because the house, I understand, is unfit for human habitation.
Well, it's not unfit. It's got tagging on it. If you like the decorations of kids that can't spell cuss words
I
properly.
thought you said before, nobody, it was unfit for human habitation, in
No.
which case the city, it could actually be condemned. We don't want to do that if you plan on, are able to fix it up, but to get $365,000, you
I'm not
probably have to
getting
put $300,000 into this.
I'm not going to get that. I don't want that.
Well, I know, it just gets people's excitement up.
But whether I have somebody living there every day is a different story. I mean, I don't think anybody should have to have rental house lived in. The police officer that came out and took the report, he he said sometimes his stays empty for 2 or 3 months while he's preparing it to rent. Um, I, if I don't worry about the outside, you give me until the end of August and the outside will be perfect. Except for and I'm waiting on the roofing guy to do that, so that's gonna cost me money. So anyway.
Patricia, you mentioned earlier, your previous tenant that you had in there, the girl and everything, that, she had to use buckets of water to flush and
Oh, yeah. she
all
did
that because there's no water there. Why is the water not on?
Okay, the water is not on because it was winter time and the pipes busted. Beautiful house. It was a beautiful house.
Okay, so it's got busted pipes in it right now.
The pipe busted. My water bill was $2,500 something, and I paid that. And I contacted my insurance, and they did nothing. And I contacted them, and they were supposed to come out, and they didn't come out. They didn't get. I don't know. They didn't get my address right. They weren't on east. They were on west, and 2 times I made an appointment with them, and they were supposed to come out. 2 times they missed. Another time I made an appointment, and I missed because my car broke on I-71. These are not excuses. This is fact, and I'm sorry that, crazy stuff happens, It's just like my roof started to leak. I called them. They go, well, we don't know, but we're dropping your insurance, So there won't be any insurance after Friday. Well, I'll find somebody else, but, it's just, I thought maybe I was supposed to clean the basement out and get everything out of that,
Here's my thoughts on this, and I'll ask you a couple other questions as we go along with this. You keep mentioning insurance on it. I don't believe there's anything that you've been cited for, either in the past here or currently, the last 2, that has anything to do with insurance itself. Insurance is not going to pay to, cut the grass. You said you can have that done in 2
It
weeks.
was cut a couple
Insurance
weeks ago.
is not-
I measured it. It wasn't, I'm sorry for talking over you.
That's okay. Insurance is not going to fix, the remaining work that needs to be done on the exterior there. And insurance isn't going to clean up the rubbish that you've been cited for out in there. So, I hate to be like this, but, we're kind of beating a dead horse, so to speak, with the claims about insurance. I'm sure you probably do have insurance problems and all with it. But none of that insurance is going to fix this. This is going to be something that either, yourself or some volunteers or some help or you pay somebody to come in here and bring a dumpster in and get rid of all that junk that's out in the yard, and
Well,
then
let's see,
get
that's
it mowed.
half of what it was.
Hi.
That's just what's there now is half of what it was.
Well, it looked like the pictures that were taken back in January, it actually looked like it looked better
I know it.
then than it does now. So you've taken a lot of stuff out of the house and just kind of dumped it out there.
Well,
in the
I
yard.
did, in my defense, I did call code enforcement, ask him if I could do that. I asked him if I needed a permit to do it. I would get a permit if I need to go get a permit to be able to put that there
Mm-hmm.
until I can get it somewhere else. I've been up here several times asking for a permit or something that will, and they did give me another 30 days.
Yeah, you
And
got
I did
30
that.
days at the June
And
12th
so every
meeting.
time I go through that, they, and I get rid of it, it gets smaller. That's a lot smaller than it was. Because I had little kids helping me and they will carry, if I carry it out of the basement, they will carry it to a pile. And my main thing was just getting it out and then getting rid of it.
Okay.
And then, but I understand your point, and I know y'all given me plenty of time,
Okay,
but,
well then,
I'm gonna plead your mercy to try to, I don't have volunteers.
do you have, 1 second, does anybody up here have any further questions for Patricia? Rod, you have said it. I don't know if you had any more
No.
questions for her. Okay. I think we understand where you're going with this. So, unless you're going to tell me something new or different other than what you just mentioned about the 2 weeks on these most current issues that Stephanie cited you for today. The other ones here, the window, you checked off 2 of them, but we still have mainly the exterior of the thing and then the rubbish and garbage that's existing out there and that. I'd like to get Officer Winter back up here for a couple of questions, and then we're going to make a decision on this for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Just to reiterate, I have been dealing with issues at this address for over 7 years. This is not a new situation. There are stories that she has relayed of people moving in and out. Once upon a time, there was some homeless person that she was allowing to live there. There is no running water. About 3 years ago is when the pipes burst and the basement flooded. From her conversations with me, I have not been in the house, but I understand from her that the inside is full of mold. There is no running water. It does have electricity. There should not be anybody staying in that place. It is not fit for anybody to live in, and it does not have the proper utilities for anybody to live there. So there should not be anybody staying there. I just want that on the record so that she is aware of that. Nobody should be staying there. And I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
What is the current on these ones that we delayed 30 days? The 026, 027, and 029 cases. What is the daily fine, or what is the current fine that we delayed?
Each one of those fines was $100 each. So that was $100 that you delayed for 30 days for her to get in compliance.
Okay.
And then at that time, we also waived all of the administrative court fees until she had more time to get it.
So that would be 300
300, yes,
on these 3.
yes.
Thank you, sir. That would be 300 on those 3 that I just mentioned. And then the 2 that you issued today, it says have this abated by the 28th on one of them, and the 20.
Yes, the tall grass, I've given her 7 days.
Got you.
And the rubbish in the backyard, I've given her 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. So she mentioned she could have the rubbish done in 2 weeks earlier, because I made note of that. I don't know if we can get the grass done in that 2 weeks, but you only have 1 week to do that. That is also $100.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Well, those are not citations. Those are notice of
Oh,
violation.
that's right. That's a notice of
Yes,
violation.
it's a notice.
Hi.
And I'm not,
Well, you're getting those today.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And I'm not required to give notices of violation. That is just
A
how I've
courtesy.
done it. It is a courtesy.
Okay.
But yes, there won't be any extensions on those. If those are not completed by those dates, citations will be issued.
Okay. All righty. All righty. Then I think if we leave these 2 just as they are, and come the 28th and the 21st, we'll go ahead with if they are not completed, we'll go ahead with that fine. And then back here on the other 3, what are your thoughts on this board? Daily?
Are we allowed to convene privately to discuss an idea? I mean, even if we just roll our chairs back.
Yes.
Okay.
Rod,
All
step
right.
into my office for a second.
Right back. So we We have a motion to deliberate for a few minutes. I need a second on that motion. I do have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We will go into a deliberation and be back in a few minutes. All righty, let's see, Rod, if you can turn your mic on, yours is already on there. Need to have a motion to come out of deliberation and return back to the meeting, if I can get that.
I'll make that motion.
All right, have a motion on the floor. Do I need a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second's been received. All in favor of returning back to the meeting of deliberation, say aye.
Aye.
All righty. Thank you for allowing that break there. I believe we've come to a little bit of a conclusion. So, is it Rod or Mike?
Rod.
Okay. Rod, go ahead.
I'd like to make the motion. You have about $300 in fines, and what we'd like to do is make the motion that we set the fines up on a shelf. We're going to give you to the very next meeting, and go from there. But the $300 on the shelf we'll waive at the next meeting if you can show us that that $300 was utilized for dumpsters or cleanup or taking things to the landfill. But all of them has to be completed by the next meeting.
Yeah. On the railing, I need a little guidance, because I don't want to be out of compliance. Like that lattice there.
Patricia, could I get you to come up to the podium there, please? I'm sorry. We need to make sure that everything you're saying is being recorded. Thank you.
Okay, I said I need a little guidance, because I don't want to be out of compliance. If I get rid of all the little railings and I put like, you know what a wood fence looks like straight across? If I put solid plywood and paint it, can I do that? Or does it have to look like a fence? I know at the bottom, I think I could put solid plywood instead of the.
I think the
lattice.
individual conversations on those kinds of things would best be made to Officer Winther. I mean, if she bounces an idea off you, you could tell her that will work or no, that won't work either. Because I don't know the answer. Because
I need
she,
advice, because I don't know how to, I mean, the lattice, it's cute, but it breaks all the time. Kids kick it, kids next door, they kick their balls in there. They're little kids, and they're terrified of me because their parents said, she's a bad person, you know? And I feel sorry for them, you know, I've offered them popsicles with the mother and stuff.
So did you put that in the form of a motion there, Rod?
Yes, like, again, that was the motion. was
Okay.
to
All righty.
Put the fine on the shelf for 30 days.
All righty.
With all the remaining items needing to be taken care of, and that we will waive the fine if you can show us the receipts where you've used that $300 for a dumpster or landfill, not to individual people, but just, that's my motion.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. We need a second for the motion that Rod mentioned about Patricia obtaining a dumpster using that $300. We're putting that on the shelf, so to speak, apply those monies towards a rental of a dumpster on that property, and then come back to our next meeting on September 11th. And we'll get another update from that. And if you have any questions regarding the stairways and all that, again, you can touch base with Stephanie and she can advise you on all that. So
I will second that long motion.
there you go. Second long motion. And all in favor of that signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So motion passes. Nobody objected to that.
I just wondered if the code officer has permission to inspect the interior of your property.
I think
I don't think that would work. I mean, it's not like it's torn up.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, we've got laws that,
Police officers have, go ahead and pull up
because she has an obligation just not to make sure the outside of the house looks okay, but that the house is fit for human habitation. And the health department might have to, weigh in on that. And so that's all, she has a duty to make sure that it's not dangerous.
I think if you look, Beach, in the,
Okay.
75% of all the drywall, there's some unsealed because it had a drop ceiling in it. And when you take all that, it had carpet, when you take all that out, and that's what you do it.
Is this a conversation for a different day? Because I don't feel like this is on our agenda.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
It's not
today.
our agenda. Would like to stress to her that because there is no running water and it is not fit for anybody to live in, that nobody can be staying there. There cannot be somebody
Can I
living in
not
that house.
stay there
No, no, ma'am, you cannot. Nobody can
It's
stay there.
unsafe.
without water?
yes, ma'am, the
Oh, my goodness.
health code violation. Yeah.
If you don't have water, you can't flush the toilet.
I can
You
flush
can't
the
flush.
toilet. I flush the toilet all the time.
How do you do it?
Well, I bring over 5-gallon buckets of water,
Okay, well,
and I have,
that's
big
not a lot
tin.
of.
And it's not, most convenient, but it works.
I believe,
No reason why
Patricia,
not
that
to.
at our last meeting that you gave permission to code enforcement to enter the structure.
I've never
Should-
given permission to anybody.
Well, it's noted in there, and I'm not going to get into a real long
All right, go
discussion about it, but it's noted in the last minutes. It says Patricia Hone gave permission to enter her property to better view the violations.
Oh, that was because of the windows.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I decided to clean the basement. I did not realize.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I did not realize that, when I was trying to scrape off the windows to prove that they weren't broken, I didn't realize that there was just so much junk in there and that some of the things were still wet.
Okay,
you know.
all right.
And-
Well,
and
we'll
she-
adjourn,
and let me straighten out my house. You know how you ever had a messy house? And you say, let me straighten it up before you come in. Give me a couple weeks, because I gotta
okay,
hang the curtains and I gotta set the bed and I got a few things to do, put the kids' toys up and,
okay. Just
Let me clean my
remember
house.
what Officer Winther
and then she can
mentioned.
come in, we can have tea, we can have cookies, we can have whatever she wants to.
Oh, we don't have to have cookies, but anyway, just remember what Officer Winther said, though, that neither yourself or, anybody else can reside in the house until all the utilities were repaired and it was a safe environment there. So you're good on everything else, and you'll get a notice of this. And you completely understand. Stephanie, did you have any further on it? Okay, all right. So then that means that we need a motion to adjourn the meeting at this time.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? There being none, motion passes. Meeting is adjourned.